let's welcome in our Stewart's Equipment hot seat interview tonight. And man, has this got tremendous news. Let's welcome in Kyle Steckly. What's going on there, kid? How are you?
I'm doing good, Joe. How are you?
Man, you know how to light the lamp. It is so good to hear the news that you have got. Share it.
Yeah, we're going to be racing down in the ASA Stars National Tour again, along with a couple extra nights at Speed Weeks and the Snowball Derby with Donnie Wilson Motorsports. So, pretty big news. It's super exciting. They've got a great program there. And, hopefully we can carry on the success that Cole Butcher had last year.
I can guarantee it, Mr. Kyle Steckly. You know exactly what you're doing. You are like a Cole Butcher. You raced against Cole Butcher for the last, 2 years, right? You raced with Cole Butcher. Yep. What's the biggest difference, you think, between you and the 28 car? Will you be the 28?
No, I'll be the 22. So
that's
that'll be nice. I'm going to be the 22 APC Auto Parts Center's car in Canada and the US. But I am going to have Cole's cars that he ran last year and most of his crew guys as well. So we have Bon Sauce as the crew chief, and his cars had a lot of success last year. I think all the Donnie Wilson Motorsports cars are very similar, but to know that they're able to win races and it's a really good group. So far, I've been super impressed with everything, and I think it's going to be a good year, and hopefully we can pick up lots of checkered flags.
Now, your dad is Scott Steckly. Has Scott and Bon met one another? Have they talked? Have they done any interaction? Because, man, are they going to be good together.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we came down here and met with Bon a few times, so definitely they've met, and I think everything's going to work hand in hand. Bond obviously has a very big resume, and he's done a lot of big things down here, and my dad has done a lot back home. So together, I know it's going to be great, and I'm excited for this new chapter and to see where it takes me.
Well, and we've had Donnie Wilson on the show. Donnie is such a straight shooting guy. There is no border when it comes time for Donnie Wilson. He is, it's all part of the short track racing. And man, you're going to get involved with a really good team. You're coming out of a good deal. I think you're getting into a better one. One that's going to fit you like a glove. I'm so excited for this opportunity and to see what you have done up here in Canada. And you're going to be able to do both. This is going to be off the hook.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy year for sure. I'm super excited to be able to chase both and still be in the APC series as much as I can be. It should be full time, and just sticking with my 22 racing guys who have been with me since day one, and racing against the best in Canada is really important. It keeps me sharp for sure for all the ASA races, and I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a busy year, a lot of back and forth, but I'm excited for it.
Like I said earlier in the show, I was off on a little bit of a tangent and saying that really, with all the political stuff that happens in our countries, really in racing, it gets set aside. There is no border when it comes time for short track racing. If you want to be successful, you got to go south of the border and pick up the races down there. That's where the eyes all are. That's where the emphasis is. But make no mistake, is what I was saying. If you want to try and you're a U.S.-based team and you got a weekend off, come up here and try these APC guys on, and you will have a brand new respect for what happens up here in APC. It's a tough deal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the APC series, I've been saying it since the first time I raced in it. It's the best of the best there, and I respect a lot of the racers there, and they always put on a good show. I feel it's been really good racing the past couple of years in APC. I know back when I started, there was races where it was a little bit rough, but the last couple of years have been great, and this year's going to be pretty amazing, racing against Creighton, Lapsovich, Brandon Watson, everyone. I've heard J.R. Fitzpatrick might be coming back. I'm hoping. I haven't talked to him about it, but I hope he might come back for some races. So obviously Josh and Shay and Jake, all those guys are our great competitors. Connor Pritico, he's going to be back in full force. He's getting better and better every year. So, I mean, the APC series this year is going to be, I think, the best it's ever been, and I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I mean, if there were some guys from down here that came up, I'm sure that they'd be quite impressed.
Any chance, fingers crossed, I've even got my toes crossed, any chance we're going to see you IWK 250 weekend this year at Riverside Speedway?
I don't know. I hope so, honestly. It's just tough, the timing of it, and August is kind of busy time everywhere of racing. So, I think it is currently open in my schedule, but I'd have to figure out how to get my car out there and what the rules are, and it's a long week out there too. So we would have to figure out some details, but there is a chance because that's somewhere I definitely want to make it out to, and see how I can do out there. I know they got some great racers out there, and I just seen today before coming on that Cole's going to be running that as well. So it's going to be good. I'm excited.
Well, he's going to be running the Midsummer Clash. He's not going to make the IWK 250. He's got a truck conflict that day, but I believe the ASA Stars Tour is off that weekend. And I know when I had Donnie Wilson on here, I asked him about the IWK 250, and he said, damn, I want to make that race one of these days, real soon. So your biggest dilemma would be if Donnie Wilson said, yeah, let's do the IWK 250, and you got Scott on this side saying, yeah, son, we're doing the IWK 250, you'd show up with two 22s.
Yeah, that would be the best outcome for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think obviously it comes down to getting the cars there and buying the tires and doing all that stuff. So I know the rules are a bit different, so we'd have to look into it. But I hope we can make it out there for sure someday at least, even if it's not this year. But yeah, it's a cool show and always enjoy watching it every year.
Well, you've got a lot. You have bit off a lot now, and it's going to be spectacular. Not more than Kyle Steckly can handle, I can tell you that. You're going to fit this job like a glove. Test time. When's the first time that you and Bond and the 22 bunch from Donnie Wilson, when's the first opportunity you guys get a chance to get together and do some testing?
Yeah, we've got we're gonna go down to New Smyrna early and do the test day on the Thursday, and then go into the first 2 nights of speed weeks before the ASA race. So that's gonna be like 3 days of testing for us and preparation for the Clyde Hart Memorial there on Tuesday with the ASA, and then right into the ASA series. So no test before them, but I think those New Smyrna Speed Week shows will be a good practice before we get into the big 200 lapper and make sure we're dialed in for that.
You're a Redbud 400 winner. When you look, you got the Winchester, you got so many iconic races that you're going to be part of this year. If I'm correct in this, it's a Toyota, right? The Donnie Wilson program is Toyota, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's Toyota program. So with that, I'm going to be joining the Toyota Performance Center and hanging out there as much as I can and trying to improve myself on and off the track, which is a huge benefit, something I'm looking forward to. Their program is pretty impressive, and the Toyota team and everyone involved in that has done a lot to help drivers develop, and they've brought up some of the best out there. So it's cool to be a part of, and I'm looking forward to maximizing my opportunity with that and learning as much as I can.
Wow, man, it's there again. Another one of those things that you layer on top to make the steps and go to the next level. You have had laps in ARCA. You've been part of it. Is the earning this year, looking at it, do you want to be in it? Well, I imagine you want to be. Or are you just comfortable taking it all in stride and maybe next year?
Yeah, I hope we can maybe put some stuff together this year. It's definitely been in the talks and in the works, but just trying to come up with ways that we can do that and opportunities that are available. So definitely it's in the picture. We just got to figure out if we can make that happen this year or take this year in stride with the super late models and see if we can make something happen for next year. But definitely keeping that door open and hopefully something arises.
Is the Platinum program still part of the ASA Stars Tour? I haven't dug that deep yet into Stars Tour, but I know it's a really cool program. Is it part of it again this year?
Yeah, it's still part of the program, and we'll be part of it with Donnie Wilson's for sure. So that's a huge thing for the drivers, and it incentivizes them to do the whole year and gives you some big bonuses. So yeah, it's a pretty cool program they have on, and looking forward to being part of it again.
Kyle Steckly is with us. Huge news. He's going ASA Stars Tour Racing. He will be in the 22 for Donnie Wilson Motorsports. Probably the 28 cars that won everything this year is what Kyle will be getting into. He'll also be in APC up here in Canada. Doesn't look like the schedules conflict. We should have him for everything on both sides of the border. And he is our Stewart's Equipment Hot Seat interview tonight on Racetime Radio. To balance the two, one is pro late model, the other one is super late model. You did it last year. You jumped between the two. How much difference is there for those fans, those viewers that watch both? How much difference is there between the two?
Yeah, there's honestly quite a bit of difference. I think a lot of it goes back to car setup and just the horsepower, how much power there is in the States in these super late models, but also the tracks are quite a bit different than our Flambros and Sauble Speedways are quite a bit shorter and just different ways you have to approach them. So it's quite a bit different, but I just try and separate it as much as I can and, separate what my driving habits are from super late models to pro late models, and you can definitely still take things from one or the other and use it in both, but you just have to be careful and make sure you're not taking your pro late model tendencies and taking that into the super late model and just back and forth. That's a big thing. So just trying to watch that and make sure you're doing what you need to do depending on what car you're in.
Kyle, with when it comes time, we hear all the time that the crew chief will come on the radio and tell the driver, I need you to save. I need you to save. And you're real good at that. You're saving tires. You're saving fuel. When it comes time for super late to pro late, which one is easier to save in, and which one do you have to save more of to be successful? Because you've been successful in both.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I think honestly it comes down to whatever car is working better. If you have your pro late model working good, it's easy to save, and if you have your super late model working good, it's easy to save. But it's when you don't have them working good is when it's hard to save. So I mean if you can have your car working good, then the saving part comes easier. And I think it's similar what you have to do in both cars, but the super late model obviously has that extra horsepower, the longer races, and you have to save more often and make sure you're doing that successfully more often. A pro late model, you can sometimes get away with it, but if your car is not handling well and you're not saving, you're still not going to be there at the end of the race where you need to be.
Any wrinkles? I know Hoosier last year threw some different tires at you guys near the end of the year. Is there any talk of that? Will you be on the same tire now? Or is Hoosier saying, hey, maybe we're going to change it up again?
Last year was definitely a whirlwind with tires in the ASA series, and it was tough. I mean, you'd start to get one tire figured out, and then you'd end up on a different tire, and it's just the way it worked out. They're trying their best for sure, but I think this year they're on the tire that they ran out at the Derby is the plan, as far as I know, to run pretty much the whole year on. Obviously, Winchester and Nashville, you kind of have to run a bit harder tire on the right side to make sure it holds up. But for the most part, everything's going to be on the same 45 star that they have out now. So I'm looking forward to that and go at learning that at New Smyrna. I know the Wilson guys had the Snowball Derby on it, and I think they got their cars working pretty good with it. But just make sure we're dialed in, and it'll be the first time for me on that tire. So excited to learn that and get acclimated to how that tire reacts.
Final question for you tonight. We're almost at the top of the hour, and we're going to hand the keys back to Rev TV Canada. Social media-wise, now that you're with Donnie Wilson Motorsports, is anything going to change social media-wise that race fans should be aware of?
No, I mean, Donnie Wilson, I'm sure will cover a lot of my race in the States, but I'll still be keeping everyone updated on Kyle Steckly Racing on Facebook and Kyle Steckly on Instagram and X. So I'll be still active as much as I can be and making sure everyone's kept up to date, and you can follow along there.
And on Racetime Radio, because we always do a really good job of pestering the hell out of you to get you back on here, and I'll be doing that, I can guarantee it. But you haven't got long, and you're going to be in that race car, and you'll be at New Smyrna Speedway on the high banks, and we're all looking forward to it. Get rested up. I know you're ready for it. You'd love to go do it in an hour from now, I can well imagine. Have safe travels. And I know we will be eyes pegged on you on race number 1 at New Smyrna.
Perfect. Thanks for having me, Joe.
You want to believe it? That is Kyle Steckly. He is our Stewart's Equipment Hot Seat interview tonight. And look at the news we got out of every one of the guests here tonight.